Alright guys, it's Stephen here on BlueMoonRisingTV and we are back with another video, the Southampton preview. Yes, we're surprisingly chipper despite the whole world falling down around us. But Man City's world is obviously at the moment looking a bit negative, but you know, life goes on, City will carry on, and we've got Southampton this weekend. And before we get onto the preview, before we get onto the pick the team and all that kind of stuff, myself and a very optimistic Paul are going to run through
Paul today.
Yeah.
We're going to go through the FanDuel team quickly for you.
As ever, 18 plus and based in the UK, even the £6,000 fan favourite challenge. You've got to beat us.
Yeah,
this is the team we've gone for.
We tend to be doing quite well these days as well. We're really growing into this competition, unlike Manchester City in the Champions League. Sorry, guys. We're gonna everything will feel a lot better by the end of this video.
Discuss all that in a little bit.
I promise you. Okay. In net, Claudio Bravo. God, trying to make a positive spin on this. But hey, he doesn't have to worry about the Champions League because he's suspended.
Yes.
So he can focus on the Premier League now. It's cheap as chips, £6.3 million. Wonder why. Then we've got Holebas, who's a Watford defender. Doing my best Spanish accent.
He speaks Spanish perfectly.
And,
the way to Swansea, he gets loads of points in these things. With defenders, you tend to pick high-scoring people, which leads us on to Seamus Coleman. They're away at Burnley, but that's the kind of game you'd expect him to get an assist or something like that.
Yeah.
John Stones gets, basically he's John Stones. He's going to pass Southampton to death, fingers crossed. So that's why he's in there. He's also cheap as chips, 5.9 million.
Yeah.
It's an absolute bargain. So basically, you get defenders out of the way, then you go on to the attacking midfield.
And they can be high point scorers as well. So yeah, then we've thrown all our money at the midfield.
The Guardiola way.
And yeah, exactly, all the midfielders in the world. So first, Son, who's consistently been great.
He's been
this
excellent.
season.
Player of the month for the Premier League.
Yeah, and he looks like the real deal. He's growing into this league.
Away at Bournemouth.
Away at Bournemouth, so he's you'd have to. I would suggest putting some money on
the Welsh Xavi as well, Joe Allen.
Joe Allen, he's again picking up points.
He's still he may be laboured down because he still has Pogba apparently in his back pocket.
In his back pocket.
You know, the Champions League form Pogba.
So he should be worth 108 million then actually.
Yeah.
And then we've got Kapure. He keeps bagging goals
loads
here
of
and
there,
which is great. If you can score from midfield, everyone knows in any fantasy football team, if you can get midfielders who get goals, then you're onto a winner. Then Leroy Fer for Swansea.
Decent points getter.
Yeah, again, reliable. Özil, now they're at home and they are playing.
I've forgotten who they are playing. They are playing. Who cares? Who
cares?
Doesn't matter. Someone could get loads of points. It might be someone like Sunderland anyway. Someone could correct in the comments. But there's a lot of points there basically. And Arsenal with decent form. Apparently, according to their fans, are going to win the Champions League. Yeah. Work out that one
because they won against Ludogorets.
A ludicrous team
in the Champions League. And then we've gone for Nolito and Aguero. Up front, Nolito cheap, 9 million. Aguero, I think he's the most expensive player on the game.
He just has to come good.
He's just got to get some form back, hasn't he?
I think he will. I think he'll start against Southampton. I think this whole stuff about Pep saying he's, the rumours about them not being in a relationship, nonsense. But
we'll get onto that. But that is our FanDuel team.
Let us know what you've gone for. Let us know what you've gone for in the comments. If you can beat us, we'll give you a big high five and a pat on the back and all that kind of stuff. But this is the pick the team section. So on to the pick the team, and obviously it's Manchester City versus Southampton. Pep's just had his press conference. He's come out pretty defiant. He's come out defending his team and defending his players, and rightfully so, in my opinion.
Yeah, he does. He's there to deflect. A manager is there to deflect the criticism of his players. A good manager. Inferior managers might actually send more criticism to their players, but Pep doesn't do that, which is great.
He actually thought, and I probably share this point, that until the slip of Fernandinho, that he said he thought we played well. He said one thing we lacked really was aggressiveness in the final third, and that's one thing that probably needs to solve.
That's something everybody's said against Everton as well. It was the same.
Yeah.
We're just not managing to convert our chances.
Yeah.
And I know it's a very typical thing for people who you might think of being football-y, not very cultured, to say just shoot. But actually, there is a lack of shooting going on, and if you want to put the ball in the back of the net, you got to shoot.
Terrible analogy. The amount of goals I score on FIFA from just shooting the ball deflecting to a player. It happens in real life too. If you shoot, it creates uncertainty because the ball panics, the shape's lost. In general, we need to just shoot because it does create mayhem.
Yeah.
And in general, then if you think you're going to shoot from 20 yards, players rush out to you, which causes space.
If you think about the games when, in the past, when under Pellegrini's City teams, for example, when teams have always crowded the box against us. That's just what happens when you come up against Manchester City. Teams do that. But we used to maybe have, like a few years ago, peak Yaya Toure, who would he'd slot a ball in off the inside of his foot and it'd go in the top corner.
Yeah.
And we need Kevin De Bruyne, for example, now to be looking at providing that sort of thing as well. He can do it.
You want David Silva shooting, you want De Bruyne shooting, you want all these players shooting from outside the area because they're all capable of doing it and they're capable of scoring. It
creates, like you say as well, it sort of creates uncertainty and players, if they know that every single time that we're going to just take the ball towards the box, then they know what's going to happen, they prepare for it, and they just crowd us out.
Yeah. So basically, he was very positive. He said there's some criticism about, he said maybe there's problems with Aguero. He said that's obviously nonsense. He said he's a big part of his future. He said Vincent Kompany is too, and the reason Kompany didn't play is because he himself told him that he wasn't fit enough. He'd been to see the club doctor and said he wasn't fit enough for the game. So that rubbishes that room. He said Aguero, he respects him as a person, as a player, and he'll be a big part of his plans until Aguero doesn't want to be a part of his plans. So basically, he was quite defiant in saying there's a lot of nonsense being spoken.
Even more nonsense being talking right here. But another thing that Aguero is apparently on the verge of signing a contract extension.
Apparently he has. He's so been announced. Allegedly, we don't know.
If that happens, then that puts it to bed once and for all. You know, you don't. I know contracts aren't necessarily worth as much as they used to be, but he wouldn't sign a contract extension if he felt like Pep Guardiola wasn't the right man who was going to choose him. He decided for this game, and you can understand, you go to Barcelona and you want to crowd out the midfield, and we said it at the time as well, and it actually probably wasn't a bad decision. It just, the result just didn't.
It was going well. The shape and the setup and the ideas were right. It was just the individual mistakes cost us, and a lot of pundits, actually, to be fair to him, came out and said the same thing afterwards, that they thought he was going well. And when we were sat in the stands up in the heavens at the Nou Camp, it looked good at first. I thought, we're actually playing all right here. I thought in person, when we got battered 1-0 a couple of years ago, and Joe Hart had that wonder game, saved about 20 shots. Messi called him a phenom. He was actually, we were better the other night when we got beat 4-0. It was weird. So I actually thought we actually went for him, we controlled the ball first. We had better stats at half time, something like 7 shots to 3. We had something like 47% possession overall in the game, which at the Nou Camp, that is unheard of, genuinely. And we were genuinely decent.
Lots of Barcelona fans said that they don't remember the last time that a team has gone to the Barcelona and played so attacking.
These are actual stats that these are not happy clappy nonsense. It's actual stats, and there is positive take from him. He said as well, Guardiola, he's learning from this. He said the team will learn from it, and he showed he thought certain players show character. But let's get on to pick the team then.
Yeah, there's so many talking points, and as we come to each player, I think they'll talk about even more. Okay, so the things to bear in mind is that is Kompany fit? We're not really sure. Sanya is out, Zabaletta's out.
So go to the goalkeeper first.
Okay, Claudio Bravo.
He's going to start.
He's going to start. He's not going to be in our next Champions League game, but he's going to be in this game.
From Pep was that he knew the papers would report it when he inevitably made a mistake. He knew that this is going to happen, that he will make mistakes due to the style he plays. He said he's going to leave it up to him when to clear it and when to play football. He said that's just what it is, and he was very defiant once again. He said, I think he said after the game as well, he's never going to change his style. Apparently, it's a great quote as well, and I'm not sure if it's 100% true. We saw it on Twitter. Like he said, change my style when I've won 21 trophies in 7 years. Sorry, guys. Which, if he said that is a mic drop thing. That's amazing. That's defiant. But it's going to be Bravo. He's going to start, definitely.
Definitely. And everyone, again, we just need, we would say, get behind him. And he is going to see this through.
Because he ain't going anywhere, so we may as well get behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
Pep isn't going to literally drop a play because we moan, sadly. Not sadly, they're right. He's going to stick to his principles and he will start. Onto the defence, the question does remain now, do we play a young right back in Maffeo or do we play a back three? I've got a feeling, I would personally play Maffeo because I think if you've got 200 fullbacks, you need to know what the other fullback can do. That's my logic there. But then again, I'm not Pep Guardiola. I'd both be playing Sergio Aguero, I guess. But
yeah, I think that he will play Maffeo against United. I think that he'll play... I think he'll carry on with like we played against Swansea, and I think he'll play some younger players. I think we'll see, hopefully, Alex Garcia back in the mix. And I think he had a man of the match performance when he played, so I think he deserves that. And I think Pep's the kind of guy, he knows how thinly spread we're going to be over Christmas and over the winter period. I think he'll play him. So I think for this though, he will go for back three and he'll go for experience.
It did work against Everton in the back three, apart from like the cliche getting like turned by Lukaku. Other than that though, we did control the ball. We had all the ball against Everton.
If Kompany's not back, I mean, it would be great to see Kompany back three because I think he'll thrive in that.
Yeah, likewise.
But if he's not, then it'll be the. You think it'll be Kolarov in place of Clichy?
Yeah, I think it will be.
So it'll be Stones, Otamendi, Kolarov then.
That's what I think. What do you think?
I'm happy to go with that as well.
We haven't seen Kolarov at
we know what he thinks of. We know what he likes Kolarov in a sort of centre back role. So this is an amalgamation. So yeah, okay, let's go for that then. That's the three at the back. that means that we're going to see. Are we going to get Fernandinho and Gundogan in holding midfield?
Yeah, I think I'll go. Yeah, definitely. I think Fernandinho and Gundogan are going to play there. So it's almost like a 3-4-3 kind of situation, isn't it? Well, you're going to have two wingers, so it depends how you look at it, really.
Well, for the last game that we played 3 at the back, the wingers were playing. We thought they might. Normally, when you have 2 wide players,
like 3-6-1,
they play defensively. But Sterling and Sané, they were just out and out attack, and they absolutely steamrolled Everton. But it just didn't. You just couldn't get those goals.
I've got a feeling. I know we put Nolito in our fan duel team, but I do wonder if Sané might play. I do wonder because he was very positive about Sterling. He said that he showed great character and he was really impressed with him. And I was against Barcelona too. I thought he was excellent.
Yeah.
He had a lot of desire and he was very, very positive about Sterling in the press conference. He said that he'll do well in the future, having that much desire. He thought he showed great character. Great character, to quote Brendan Rodgers. But he did. He was excellent. So
okay, I don't
know.
That's a funny one. Is there a way that we could get Nolito still into this team if they're?
We'll put Nolito in the team anyway, but I'm going to say you're going to be wrong. It's going to be Sané. No, I think it will be. I don't know. I think you're probably right. It might be Nolito.
I'm just wondering if there's a way that we can play Sterling and maybe Nolito could play.
I don't think there is.
No, there isn't, is there? There's no other way. I love Nolito. I absolutely adore him.
Go for Nolito. Just for our fan duel team.
Okay.
Nolito and Sterling go out wide.
Okay.
And I think Aguero's coming back.
Okay, I think Aguero has to be in the team, doesn't he? I don't think Pep actually does platitudes. I think if he puts him in the team, it's because he deserves it, and he does deserve it. But I think if he wasn't in the team, alarm bells would maybe start to ring.
I don't think he's stubborn enough to not play him to make a point either. After the press said, I think he will play him because I think he should be playing him. I think he knows at home. It's different to Barcelona. He was playing a lot of midfield because he wanted to control the ball. That was the reason he did it. Yeah. It wasn't because he didn't want to play Aguero. It's because he wanted to do a different thing. Yeah. At home at Southampton, it's a different game entirely to Barcelona away. So this is going to be Aguero's. He should be he should be basically scoring
his
goals.
Swan song. Well, not swan song. No, that would be the end of his end of his career. Anything but his swan song.
This is his bread and butter. Scoring goals at home against teams that you would say in general are less capable than Man City.
Yeah, and so that's Aguero up front. Then Kevin De Bruyne behind him.
I would say so. So you've got. So you've got basically the front 3 of Aguero, Nolito, Sterling, and then you've got the midfield 4 of being Gundogan, Silva, Fernandinho, and De Bruyne in some weird shape.
Yeah, okay.
I would say that's
probably how they'll be fitted in. Okay, and then we'll work it out. Guardiola can work out exactly how that works.
It would most likely be loosely based on Silva kind of around the left of the 4, De Bruyne around the right of the 4, and Gundogan.
I think they will swap around though, won't they? I mean, that's part of the beauty of this.
They go wherever they want to. Basically.
Okay, so that's what we think it might be lining up. It could be completely wrong, but let us know. Does Sané deserve another start? Stephen thinks he could be getting the nod over Nolito. I rate Nolito so highly though, so I think a game like this that we need to win, we probably need somebody with a bit more experience. Yeah. And I'd probably plump for Nolito on this one. But yeah, let us know what are your score predictions. Are City going to get finally back to winning ways?
This isn't a City predictor, but quick score.
I have no idea. Do you know what? I think we'll probably properly do him over.
I'm going to batter him. I'm going for it. I'm feeling confident.
I'm going to say a 3-1 battering.
I think we're going to go for this. I think we've been playing decent football. I think the results have not been necessarily fair to how we've been playing. I'm feeling really confident. I was saying on the way back from Barcelona that I honestly think we're going to stuff them. I genuinely do. I think we're going to come out and play a blinder and prove some people wrong. Fast forward to clips on the internet of me being proven wrong here. But I don't care.
It's all part of the game,
fans of the games and all the people and the trolls, cut this up and put it onto it. I couldn't care less, but I think we're going to.
I don't think people are going to do that for Southampton. It doesn't matter. Maybe if you say it for United midweek and then they do us over, which isn't going to happen. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this segment. Make sure you check us back on Twitter during the game. We're going to be all over that. We're going to do fan cams. We're going to do reactions and all that business. So we'll see you in a bit. Make sure you subscribe. And we've got you over there, and we've got Sabutio Cam over here. Hi. And so we can use this to explain exactly